Yo, what's up guys? Turn Green Go Ham here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Dark Souls Remastered OP early walkthrough. So we got started in the Catacombs last episode. That's your first bonfire where you'll be starting from again. I have gone ahead and ran through here and killed some skeletons just so that we can have a quick run back to the point of progression for us. Once we get there, we'll actually be making several loops through the area, but this is the last time we'll have to start from that bonfire in particular. So just make your way through, kill your skeletons, don't forget the floating heads outside this door, and then across the bridge. So if you remember, we went straight last time, and by doing so we opened a door. Before we do that, we actually want to go off to the right here. We'll drop down this hole. And directly in front of us, you can see we've got some crystal lizards. We're going to ignore all of the spikes. We got one of the crystal lizards. There's another one. He's going to spawn right in front of us right here. So I'm going to kind of line up, get ready to hit him, and do a quick quit and reload. And I missed him again. Got him that time. All right. So we got our twinkling titanite as well as another green titanite. Watch your spikes through here. We're kind of beefy, so it really doesn't matter. We're going to climb up this ladder. And then, this big empty room, we're going to just pop right down this hole. Now, I told you earlier you could pick up an item here. This is where we originally flipped the bridge, so we're back to the beginning again. And we'll have a couple of skeletons over here that I didn't clear out as we made it back towards our initial bridge there. No big deal. Take them out. A couple of floating heads over here, but what we're going to do is we're actually going to run. And you can see how you can use them to take care of your skeletons. And get this guy to blow up just in case we don't want to make a mistake later, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to go through the door that we opened on our way down to Vamos. So we've still got our skeleton in this room. Don't forget about them. They will follow you around. Still have our skeletons here. And then that was the path down to Vamos. This was the door that we opened with the lever. Right here, we've got some shortcuts to take us some places. Just to show you, this is the spiked bridge that I was talking about Patches being a troll about. And where you will find Patches is going to be up this ladder, up by the lever up there. But first, we're going to roll through this and get yet another bonfire in the area. Now, I want to say originally this was the bonfire, right? This was the one that you could warp to. I think you can actually warp to Vamos's, but let's take a look here. We go to warp. You can see we have a Catacombs option. Well, it's definitely not going to be this one. So what I think they did in one of the updates with the remastered is they made the bonfire at Vamos the warpable one, which makes sense because when you want to come back here, you want to go to your blacksmith. But I did want to show that off. We're going to head out here. Don't forget the spiky statue. And head up this ladder. Now up here we'll be able to turn the bridge. If Patches was here, he would actually flip this back as you go across and make you fall down. So since Patches isn't here, we can actually safely cross But instead of doing that, remember this is where we were, oh hey guys, I did rest. My bad. Alright, just die. Oh, I forgot. When they're in that stance with the shield out, they can parry you. These skeletons can parry. There we go. Anyway, so this is our little pathway down to Vamos. But what you want to do is you want to come over here. We're just going to walk off here. And then walk off here. This takes you above that necromancer that we killed before we flipped the lever. And that'll get you the Great Scythe. Now, this weapon is fantastic for a dex build. Let's take a look at it real quick. It already has B scaling at base rank, and it has the 300 bleed. Now, there is a better scythe, the Life Hunt Scythe, if you want to go for a specific bleed spec. But as far as a dex weapon and early game, this is fantastic. The Life Hunt Scythe, you're going to have to go through the Painted World of Ariamas to get. So, anyway, if you're wanting a dex build, and I'm actually going to do a let's play of a dex build after this, I'm definitely going to be picking this up. Probably picking it up pretty early. May do just a quick run down here to grab it. To get started with it early in the game. Probably rock that along with an Uchi. But anyway, we're going to fall through this hole. And now there's a couple of options here. We can go up here. We're going to have some skulls. Don't let them get you. And then we're going to work our way around up here. Whoops, that was a little early. It's alright. Another red and white round shield. I'm going to go ahead and make this fella blow up over here. Just because I don't like him skulking around. Hello, bro. Do your thing. I have longer reach than you. And we're going to head on around this direction. Take this guy out. Scimitar. You can see a suspicious wall there. We'll be dealing with that shortly. And then this right here, you can see is the other side of the bridge. The Patches Troll Bridge. So if we bust this hole open, there is just a whole mess of skeletons and other ugliness to deal with down there. Before we do that, since that bridge is kind of a natural little shortcut there, we're going to go ahead and head over here and go through this door. And then as we get closer, you're going to notice in the distance, kind of hard to see, there is a Titanite demon. I am going to switch just long enough to take care of the Titanite demon. He has less health than the Titanite demons we've messed with in the past. So we should be able to take him out relatively quickly with the Pyromancer glove setup. We'll just bait the jump and take him out the easy way. We are fat rolling. Let's get our fast rolls. Nope. There we go. Get our fast rolls. As you can see, way back in here. Doesn't even like to aggro until you get right up on him. At least we can lock onto him now, though. And we're going to try to bait that jump. Come on, do your jump. I don't understand why he won't do his jump. There we go. Bait the jump, fireball. Woo, I thought that roll was going to be enough to get me out of his range there. Dodge his spell. See if we can get him to jump again. He will get stuck in this doorway, so it's a good place if you want to just dodge his spell, spam your spell. And should finish him off right there with the lava pool. Yep. So not too difficult. We'll get our Demon Titanite, another Titanite catch pole. We don't even have the gold ring on anymore. But if you didn't go farm your Eyes of Death, you'll get 3 of them here. And the reason for it is we are about to go see Gravelord Nito. So this coffin right here will take you to Gravelord Nito. I'm going to go ahead and get my gear squared away here. Not like we're going to fight anything down there. I just like having the Sunlight Magadon to see. And we'll just get it all squared away before we move on to something else. And yeah, that'll do it. Nope, that won't do it. There we go. Let's hop in the coffin. And we wait. Creepy skeleton sealed us up. So that one takes a long time to trigger, like the curl up in a ball at the crow's nest early on. And here we are. We're down in the boss arena for Gravelord Nito. Now, a lot of people have speculated why, when you're down here going through the coffin, Nito isn't hostile, but when you come down here later, he is. And to me, I guess it all just boils down to intent, right? If you barge in somebody's front door while they're asleep, they're pretty sure that you're not there to give them a hug. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and join his covenant. And for joining the Covenant, you get the Miracle Gravelord Sword Dance as well as the Gravelord Sword. The Gravelord Sword is actually pretty interesting. You can get Toxin buildup, which I think is the only weapon in the game that allows that. But anyway, really decent moveset too. I actually really like the Gravelord Sword. But while we're here, we're going to go ahead and offer some Eyes of Death. And thank goodness they added this, because you used to have to do this one at a time. You can offer more if you want. With each rank that you go up, your spells, your miracles get stronger. We're just here to get everything, right? So, to get the other spell, we just need to go 10 for the next rank, and that gives us the Miracle Gravelord Greatsword Dance, which does more damage. Now, what's interesting is if you leave the Covenant, you get to keep everything, but the spells do a reduced amount of damage. And like I said, the higher you go in the Covenant, the higher you can get the damage. So we're going to pop back in this coffin. It's going to take us back up. We're done with this guy. And since we opened the shortcut with the Daughter of Chaos, we actually don't need her anymore. So we're going to do something about that here shortly. And here we are, back where we started. So we do have a wall right here that we can go through. We're going to grab this item. Trying to get to where I can show you, but down below we have a room. It has a couple of floors that will break loose, and then we've got some skeletons, and if you monkey around up here, they'll come up to meet you, which I actually prefer. Or you can just drop down and plunge attack them if you would like to tackle it that way. Before we take a look at those little patches of floor, though, we're going to go ahead and head down this ladder. And you'll see down there, we've got a couple of archer skeletons, as well as another necromancer. And I believe this is our last necromancer coming through the area. So I'm going to wait till they fire an arrow. I'm going to try to juke. And just try to poise through all of this damage. This area can actually be kind of tricky. You can die fairly easily here. And that's it. That's the end. We're done. No, seriously, this little hole right here, pinwheels. And I don't know if you guys have played the original Dark Souls, or if you've only played Dark Souls 2 or Dark Souls 3, but the pinwheels in this game are no joke. So we're going to take a path that actually gives us some help with those pinwheels. Before we drop down this hole, we want to get ready. There is going to be a Black Knight, and it's going to be a Great Axe Black Knight. So I'm actually going to put on a shield. Nothing fancy, just the heater shield. There we go. And get ready to block when we land. And I did not get the block. That's okay. We'll have a chance to get a heal in here. And just like every other Black Knight, very susceptible to circle backstabs. Get our White Titanite chunk, and you can get his axe. So we went 3 for 3 with the other weapons. We just were not lucky enough to get the Black Knight axe. Get a Soul of a Proud Knight here. And down here you can see the loveliness of the pinwheels. Now, if you don't come down here and kill this Black Knight, then you can be down here messing with these pinwheels, and this Black Knight will just drop off and come mess your world up. So that's why we came here first. From here, as you can see, there's really no way to get back. So we're going to homeward bone. Whoops. There we go. Okay, so we're back at our bonfire, and we rested here for this reason. We've got 2 items left to pick up, and then we want to be able to start from this bonfire once again to get to the boss. So for our item, a lot of times a skeleton will drop down here. If he does, we'll deal with him. If not, no biggie. Ha! You missed. So we're going to head down here. And I was actually wrong about the last necromancer, because I remember now that our last necromancer is actually down here. You remember this door I told you about? If you come over here and read, it's got a message. This is a developer message because there's no ratings. And it just says treasure. So that's here to give you an idea of what to do. We're going to plunge. Oh, I missed the plunge. That's all right. We got him. And we're going to fall on down. Plunge these guys. One survived. That's all right. We'll take him out. And then we're going to go up the, as you come in, the right side ladder first. And we've got one more skeleton over here to deal with. A little archer. Now, if you're looking to get out of this room and you don't want to proceed further, what you can do is this other ladder over here. After we pick up another copy of a scimitar, you can go up this ladder. Man, I wish you could sprint up ladders in this game. And from here, you can just roll and get right back out. We're going to continue on, however. Our first large skeleton. Now, these guys are a bit intimidating. But with the large club, we do make short work of them. They'll have more health down in Tomb of the Giants. But this is one of the items we're after. The Dark Moon Seance Ring. So what this does is it actually adds an attunement slot for you. And it's for... let me find it. There you go. Grants an additional attunement slot, but it's also for Anor Londo. This ring is granted to adherents of Gwendolyn, Dark Moon deity and last born of Gwen, Lord of Sunlight. Grants additional magic attunement slots. The Dark Sun Gwendolyn is the only remaining deity in Anor Londo. His followers are few, but their tasks are of vital importance. Now, it's important to remember or to notice that it says Dark Sun Gwendolyn is the only remaining deity in Anor Londo, but we did meet a Guinevere, right? So we'll get into more of that when we get back to Anor Londo, but this ring allows us to join Gwendolyn's covenant, which we want to do for Dark Moon Blade, which is a very, very powerful miracle. And it is probably the go-to weapon enchant in the game. So we're just going to keep heading up. There's going to be a doorway where we find our last... Yep. Our last necromancer. We're just going to try to power through here, take these guys out. Now, from what I understand, if you kill the last necromancer, you are guaranteed a skull lantern. Now, we don't need one because we got one to drop. But from what I understand, as long as you kill them all, you are guaranteed one. You can also get one later in the Tomb of the Giants, and we'll stumble across that. We're going to head on up here. And if we go into this room, the first statue is safe, the second one is not. Right here, miracle, tranquil walk of peace. So if you drop down through here, this takes you back to the very beginning. But that's why we rested at that bonfire, to make all of this much, much simpler. So we're going to go ahead and homeward bone back to the bonfire. So this is the route I like to use through this place. I feel like it's the route that has the least amount of backtracking. I may be wrong. Maybe there's a better way to do it. But we are done with all of the items except for a set that we grab on the way down. From here, we're headed to the boss. Skeleton out there raising a ruckus. That's okay. We're going to drop here. Then drop here. And then we're going to take this shortcut. And from here, we're just going to make this head explode. And there's probably going to be another one in range. Oh, both of them, it looks like. Let's get them to blow up. I don't feel safe with them around. And now I shall introduce you to number one, a very overpowered summon. And also the bone wheels of Dark Souls 1. So right here at this crack, you want to just gently walk towards it. You'll land here. Grab our Soul of a Nameless Soldier. Now, before I fall down there, and I recommend you do the same, yeah, we'll lose some poise, and these guys can break through your poise, but what I really want is the Gold Serpent Ring, because the Bone Wheel Shield is very overpowered in this game. And we're actually going to have a pretty easy time with these Bone Wheels, because we're going to bring our boy Paladin Leeroy along with us. This guy is ridiculously strong, like ridiculously strong. See, down below us, we have one last item to pick up. And when I say one last item, I mean one last group of items. But right here, this little corner crevice, this is where you're going to drop down. And we're going to get Holy Trousers, Batman, and a mace. So you get the Holy Set and the mace. Paladin Leeroy's down there ready to do some work. We're going to run jump towards him. Try to use him to help us out here. He will tank these skeletons like nobody's business. And he uses Wrath of Gods. This guy's just ridiculous. Just sidestep this guy. As you can see, that guy hit him in the back, and he just laughed it off. And Wrath of God. So great. Were we lucky? I believe there's one more, yes. Give me that Bone Wheel Shield. Oh, man, that's sad. Let's make sure there's not another one, because I really, really want that shield. There is one more. Get him, Leeroy. Make him drop that shield. Negative. That's sad. Really is a great shield. I may come back and farm one later just so I can show it off to you guys. It's sad, though, I won't have Leeroy here to help. And here we go. It's time for Pinwheel. So, you know, me liking big weapons and a quality build, I'm really, really hoping for the Mask of the Father. Sorry about that, guys. Little edit. I had a coughing attack out of nowhere. Anyway, really hoping for the Mask of the Father or the Mask of the Son, preferably Father, but we'll see what happens. Let's get in there. This guy, he's a joke. Between you and Leeroy, you're really going to mess him up. I'm just gonna kind of power through here, get as much damage as I can. Go ahead and get back and get a heal in now. And that's it. Like I said, chump boss. Leeroy's a beast. Now we have Rite of Kindling so that we can take our bonfires up to 20 Estus, humanity and a homeward bone, and let's see what the RNG gods have given us. Oh my goodness, you guys, Mask of the Father. The only bad thing about it is we're fixing to go through the Tomb of Giants, and I'm going to need the Maggot Helm on. So, but anyway, this raises your overall equipment load, and I want it so that I can get away with, you know, beefier armor with the weapons I choose. But anyway, you'll head on up this ladder. Head on up this ladder. And here we go. We've got a nice little path. That kind of gives you an idea of the direction you want to go, even if you don't have the Sunlight Maggot helmet on. But before we do, which will actually be in the next episode, we are going to head up here and grab one last item. And this is actually back right before you drop into Pinwheel's lair. We'll get a Soul of a Proud Knight. So in the next episode, guys, we're going to be headed through the Tomb of Giants. We're going to get to the Warpable Bonfire, and then from there, we're probably going to pop back to Daughter of Chaos real quick and say la vie to her. You can see an item up there. That'll be much later in the zone, but we'll get it. So anyway, guys, if you're enjoying the series, drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe and hit me up in the comments section down below. Till the next video, guys, thanks for watching.